Hey, this is John Carlos, and I love Ash vs. Evil Dead, so I am super stoked that NECA made a replica of the Ashy Slashy puppet from Ash vs. Evil Dead. If you're not watching Ash vs. Evil Dead, and you are a horror, or a gore, or Evil Dead fan, you're missing out. Now, my buddy Ryan got this and let me review it. If you ever stay to the end credits, and it shows popzillagallery.com. He is one of my co-curators, and he's also the head honcho behind virtualscreams.com. So yeah, if you see that at the end credits, he's the guy who's letting me review this. And here we go. I can't help but do this when I put it on. First, we'll take a close-up look at it, and then I'll discuss. Well, let's start by zooming on in and checking out the fabric of this. And just the texture of the buttons. There's a little paint on the surface of the buttons, and you can see this little fake little leather piece that goes along this elastic strap. And you can also check out the weathering on the edges of the pockets and the edges of the collar, and just the seams at the arm there, and the articulated arms, which we'll bring down. So you just see the hair, the black and the gray, and the general kind of Muppety surface of it all, including, just like on the hand there. And then you get to the actual face itself with like a felt interior, felt mouth, and the stitching is a little uneven right there along the edge of the lip, but you also get the felt tongue and the button eyes and the eyebrows. You can see the stitching on the eyebrows and the surface of the hair, the gray hair, black hair, and just the overall stitching of the way the nose is put on. And lastly, here's just a quick look, a close-up quick look at his chainsaw, which is, again, just different panels of felt kind of sewn on to each other in little layers, red, black, gray. So first impressions, without getting nitpicky, first impressions very good. I like that he's got articulated arms. From what I understand, this is how it's articulated in the show. It's like a bendy joint. You can feel the little bumps in it. So it kind of articulates almost like the little mini, almost like those little mini camera tripods. And it does actually kind of hinge. So that's cool. Yeah, very effective. The elements of this that read like the show are awesome. Because I really wanted to get a look at it before I reviewed it, so I watched his 2 episodes again. And the buttons are sewed backwards, and they are on here too. So the smooth part is facing outward. If I want to be nitpicky, his nose is more oval in the show, and this is clearly more circular. It should be more oval, but the surface of it's good. The eyebrows change a bit throughout the show, and a lot of the times they're a little more angry. Only rarely are they this kind of gentle, but still they look good. You can see the stitching in the eyebrow, and on the show, even though it is kind of like a felt piece, the stitching isn't as noticeable. I'm getting really nitpicky here, but bleh, why not? I love they included the thing behind the eye, like that fabric behind the eye. Great touch. The hair, for the most part, it's pretty good. I mean, they got the separation between gray and black. The fabric of the clothes is pretty good, especially because on the show, the edges of the collar are all kind of frayed. The edges of the pockets are a little worn down. So the fact they've got this sort of faux denim, actually, yeah, I don't think it's real denim, but whatever it is, they did a good job fraying the edges and giving it such a wide collar, because it is very wide collar on the show. The buttons are well placed. The way the pants kind of cinch around the edge, really well done. And then the felt of the chainsaw reads just like how it does on the show. So that's great. Another little nitpick is the ear. The little sewn line within the ear, that space should be a little bit smaller. It should be a little bit tighter and a little bit more defined and kind of pinched in. Other than that, though, this is a damn good replica. I mean, the knits that I picked are really nitpicky and really not anything that would dissuade, I think, a real fan from wanting this. Now, the tongue is a little floppity, that's fun too. Now, beyond the nitpicks of the accuracy, one little problem I have with this is in its natural state, the mouth kind of curves. So you can't, let me put my hand up in there. And there are these they're like a little strap. I mean, you can put your hand on the little pad without the strap, but there is like a little finger loop strap that goes over your fingers. When I close it, there's still like this little like gap. You can't bring his mouth like that. I do like that the upper lip is higher, it sticks out further than the lower lip. That's accurate. But I wish you can get it to close better. Like when I close my hand, there's still a lot of like open red space. And I wish it had a better seal. But there is sort of a curve, it kind of bends outward, with your thumb there. So you can't get it as flat inside the palate. I'm going to stop talking about that, but I do wish it was better. But despite those little complaints, because nothing's perfect, but I mean, the surface of his skin and his hand, it's pretty great. This thing retails for like $50. I've seen it for $59 on some websites, $49 on some others. This is easily worth $50, no doubt. Like, I think you're definitely getting a good bang for your buck. And I don't think anyone who's a fan of the show would be like upset about like, well, the ear stitching should be a little bit smaller. Like, no one cares. I don't care. I love the articulation on the hand or the arms. You can get them some fun little poses. I'm a little excited. Like, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And I like the way the eyes kind of read on the monitor. It's kind of a creepy stare. But yeah, as a fan of Ash vs. Evil Dead and the entire Evil Dead franchise, like, obviously, back there behind the E.T.s and the Mars Attacks Martian, I got like 5 Ash figures. NECA's been doing good with the Evil Dead franchise for years, and this just continues that. There's fun playability to it. Like, this would be fun just to like mount somewhere with like a little cardboard tube and just have sitting on top of like a shelf, but also just to play around at Halloween. I think this is totally worth $50. I dig it. I approve. So thanks for watching, everybody. And if you want, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and subscribe me here on YouTube. All that stuff.